Okay, sorry, I've just been ignoring you for like 5 minutes. I pressed record and then I got a message and then it was a whole thing. Hi, welcome back to another Friday vlog. I really hope you guys can hear me all right. I've just got it pinned on my lapel because I have lunch. Lunch just arrived. It's here. I ordered sushi and we're doing a sit down. We're doing a sit down and a chat and we're just going to hang out while I eat lunch. Now this is a mukbang, right? But this is not specifically for like the food noises. If you're about to click away and you're like, ew, I don't want to sit there and listen to Grace eat and make food noises. That's not the point of this. You will hear a bit of that in this vlog, yeah? In this video. But that's not the point of it. And the reason why we're doing this is because I love these kind of videos, right? And I have always wanted to film them, but I never thought that you guys would be into them. But very recently, I've gotten lots of messages from so many of you guys all saying you would love just a sit down and yap kind of vlog, right? And then there was one person in particular who messaged me and said specifically they would love this video. And the reason they gave me is the sweetest reason in the world. And I relate to it so much. They said that their partner is like long distance with them and they spend a lot of their meals just at home eating alone. Now, I can relate to that because when my marriage broke down, I all of a sudden was cooking for one, eating for one, and I just stopped eating because it was really hard and I hated that feeling. And so the thought of me being able to sit down, have a meal with you guys and just talk and chat and give you some comfort during what might be a lonely time is the most heartwarming thing in the world. So you're officially doing, I don't know if this is my first one, but it's definitely not my regular content because it's not a vlog, I guess. But we're doing a sit down and eat lunch with me. But you guys can watch this over breakfast. We could be eating dinner together. We could be doing anything. You put this on whenever you guys want to, whenever you need company. But I feel like it'd be cute if we did it over a meal together. So if you don't have a meal right now, pause this video, yeah? Save it for dinner tonight or something like that, and then sit down with me and eat with me because I just feel like it'd be really fun and I think it'd be really cute. So yeah, let me show you what I got. I got sushi. So this is crispy rice with salmon on top of it, which looks and smells incredible. And then this is just a bento box. I was like, yeah, this is easy and simple. Let's just get that. So there's actually a lot in this bento box. Yeah, it has chicken, grilled chicken, teriyaki, with fried rice, crab rangoons, and a fried sushi roll as well. So lots of food, plenty of food. And crispy cold Coke Zero. Let's crack it. My nails are too long for it and I don't have, a boyfriend or a mask to crack it for me. So we're doing it on our own, gals. Anyway, hi, I'm so hungry. How are you guys? I have so many things I want to talk to you guys about today and just yap about and just chat, and I'm so excited for all of it. But first, I really need to eat. I'm just going to put one of these little crispy rice things in my mouth. Look at this. That looks incredible, doesn't it? Oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this with my fingers. I hate eating with my fingers just because I hate sticky fingers. Oh my God. Oh my God, stop. That's wild. That is so good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I already need to wipe my hands. I hate this. Why did I do this to myself? I also have a little cup and bottles of water here today. If you have watched, just get that audio. If you have been watching my vlog, sorry, that was awkward, chronologically, you might be like, Grace, we don't recognize this room right now. And of course you don't, because I just arrived in Canggu. You guys are seeing this on a Friday night. I'm filming this 6 hours before you see this, yeah? So it's a film, edit, upload, straight away kind of situation. So I just arrived in Canggu, sorry. I came from Uluwatu this morning. So the last vlog you would have seen was me arriving in Uluwatu. And then this Sunday, you're going to see my week in Uluwatu. But that hasn't gone live yet because that's going to go live on Sunday. So technically arrived at my Canggu accommodation today. All of that is only going to make sense to a very small portion of you who watch the vlogs religiously and chronologically. So that's just a little fun tidbit for those people. Oh wow, I'm not a rice fan. That is good rice. The description said it was cooked on a hibachi grill. So fancy. Oh, so good. Cheers. I tried crab rangoons the first week I was in Canggu, and I back then I was like, I don't like them. And that's just confirmed that to me. It's too much cream cheese. Okay, now my stomach is not like growling at me, hungry, thank God. We can actually chat. I believe this sushi roll is crab, cream cheese, avocado, cucumber, and then it's been deep fried, which is insane if you ask me. Deep fried sushi roll. I've never had it before, but that's not my favorite thing, I'll be honest. It's very fishy. The crab is very fishy. I think it's imitation crab. Okay. I would love to know how your day has been. Tell me what you've been up to today. Did you go to work today? Is it your day off today? Do you have like a shift today? What's the plan? What's your plan for the day? Or what did you get up to today? In the comments, I really want to have a chat with you and just like find out what you did today, as if we're sitting across the dinner table chatting about our day. My day has been pretty good. I woke up, like I said, in Uluwatu, and I packed up all of my bags and stuff, and I had so much laundry to do. So my big backpack that I'm traveling with right now, oh my God, imagine this is your first vlog you've ever seen of me. That's so funny. I should fill you in real quick. If this is your first vlog ever, I'm currently on a solo travel trip. I'm in Bali right now. I've been traveling in Indonesia mostly for like nearly 2 months now. And next week I leave for Africa. A crazy sentence. We're all in shock, trust me. That's not a normal sentence to come out of my mouth. So now that you're all caught up, I left Uluwatu this morning. I packed up everything and had heaps of laundry. And so my big backpack that I've been traveling with was actually really light and it zipped up so easily. It was lovely. I don't think I'll ever experience that again on this trip until my next laundry day. I need to stop eating with my fingers. And then I jumped in a car and we did the 2.5 hour drive back up to Canggu, which is where I'm going to be for this week. Now, the reason I'm back in Canggu is actually a really fun one. So I finished off my wellness retreat in Lombok. I finished off my scuba diving week in Gili Tea, and then I was going to come back, and I had about 2 weeks-ish, 2.5 weeks-ish before I needed to be in Africa. And I was like, we're going to leave Indonesia and we're going to go somewhere else. And I was tossing up between India and Sri Lanka, and then I vetoed those. And then I was looking at Japan, and then I vetoed that. And the reason why I vetoed it is because I got a message from someone who said, hey, are you still going to be in Bali around this time? And they gave me some dates, right? Now, the person who messaged me is actually Blake, who is my online personal coach. He's like my health coach, right? He's a personal trainer, but he's like way more than a personal trainer. And him and his wife are here on holiday for the week. And we've never met in person, right? Because he's an online coach. We used to live really in like the same city, really close by to each other. But we never actually met in person. We've been working together for over 3 months now. And the fact that we're both going to be in the same place, like at the same time potentially, was just too good of an opportunity to miss. So they arrived a couple days ago. I arrived here in Canggu this morning, obviously, and we're going out for dinner tonight. We're actually going to meet in person, finally like chat and like have a meal together. And I'm so excited about it. I'm like, let's be honest, you don't have to convince me to spend an extra week in Bali. Like it's like, oh, can you swing doing another week in paradise? Like, yeah, sure, I can. If I must, you know. I was also talking to a very wise friend of mine, and she said, you know what, it's not a bad idea to go back to Bali and kind of rest there for a couple of weeks before you do the Africa leg, right? Because I had such a full-on week with the wellness retreat, and then I had a rough couple of days like lasting in Lombok when I had that ribs injury after the scooter accident. And then I went straight into the week-long scuba diving course as well, which was so intense and so full on. And she was like, if you just do that and just keep going at that pace, you're going to burn out. You're not going to be able to last on this trip and go for as long as you want to or visit as many places as you want to. And I thought, that's really good advice, right? Because I can feel the burnout. Traveling's not easy. And when you're trying to do it long term, you can't jam-pack things in without rest at some points. And I know that Africa is going to be massive. The journey over there is going to be 23 hours just to begin with. And then it's a 3.5 week safari camping. Like it's not going to be a relaxing, luxury, restful kind of trip. And if I had just packed in too much in the lead up to that, I was worried that I was going to get sick or mentally I wouldn't have the capacity to like be present and enjoy it. So I took that advice on board. And then when Blake messaged me about coming here, I was like, that's a sign. So that's all my latest updates, guys. That's my little quick update of what I've been up to the last like 24 hours or so. Oh, another thing I wanted to tell you. While I was in the car for the 2.5 hour drive from Uluwatu to Canggu, it's not really that far, but the traffic is really bad. And if you're in a car, you can't like weave through the traffic like you could if you were on a bike or a scooter, right? So I was like, I need to make sure that I have some entertainment for this car ride. Now, something you need to know about me. My OGs, the girlies who watch me religiously will know this. They'll be rolling their eyes, being like, Grace, you don't need to tell us this again, all right? In case you don't know me that well, one of my vices, right? Like everyone has their thing. Everyone has like hobbies. Everyone has their vices, right? One of mine is content. I obviously love content, right? This is what I do for a job. I make content myself. I love consuming content, but in specific scenarios, right? Bear with me. I love movies, I love TV shows, and I love books. Those three. Surprisingly, I don't consume that much social media content because my work is creating social media content. I find all of the time that I spend on social media is me working, and it's not as much consuming. I consume a bit, but it's not a lot. And it's nothing compared to how many books I read, how many movies I watch, how many TV shows I watch. I just love like entertainment in that form, you know? So like any pop culture, movies, TV shows, books, like I'm all about it, right? And I talk to you guys in the other regular vlogs about what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, what I'm reading all the time, yeah? And it lands for some of you. I think some of you guys definitely are just like, it goes over your head, which is so fine. Because if you're not a TV person or if you're not a reader, then that's like 1,000% okay. That's your prerogative. But I am, yeah? I love movies and TV shows. I love stories, right? And like the juicier the story, the better. So boy, do I have some content to tell you guys about. Boy, do I have some entertainment to tell you about. Let me just bite my sushi. BRB. Actually, you guys take a bite while I'm doing this too. I don't know if you can see, but there's like tiny little masago on top of this as well. And it is adding the best little flavor to it. Oh my gosh. I hope the eating noises haven't been too bad for you guys so far. Unreal. First things first, this Sunday's vlog, if you're a regular watcher of the Sunday vlog, I'm really, really excited for you guys to see this Sunday's vlog because I started reading a new book, right? It's called Deep End or Deep Dive. I need to look at the front of the book. Every single time I've gone to tell you guys about it, I've been like, what's the name of it? And I keep missaying it. I think it's Deep End. Here it is. It is. It's Deep End. This is the book that I'm reading, right? It's by Ali Hazelwood, who's a very, very famous like romance author, right? I started reading this week, okay? And in Sunday night's vlog, I give you like a play-by-play of the book as I'm reading it. It's actually so fun. I've enjoyed doing it so much. So like I started it on like Monday or something, and then I read like 4 chapters, and then I give you guys a recap of what happened in those first 4 chapters. And it's almost like we're reading the book together. Like if you want to read this with no spoilers, don't watch that vlog or skip those bits, yeah? Because I'm just telling you all of the bits as they happen. And it has been so much fun. So that's what I'm currently reading at the moment. So I'm not going to tell you about that piece of content, but I will tell you about 2 other pieces of content. Now, one of them is the audiobook that I'm listening to. So Blake, the personal trainer that I mentioned earlier that I'm going to go meet up with and have dinner with tonight, he stopped me. He like put a rule in and he was like, no more audiobooks. You need to go buy hard copy books. And the reason why he said that is because I use like reading as like a form of like rest and relaxation. And it's like something to like fill my cup, right? But what happened was it turned into audiobooks so I could like be productive and do other things at the same time. And Blake was like, you're not actually resting, even though you're doing your activity that's supposed to force you to stop and slow down and rest. You've turned it into this productive thing by listening to the audiobook and then doing something at the same time. So he was like, no more audiobooks, you need to read a book, right? Which is how we got this book, so on and so forth. There's also times where an audiobook is ideal. Like when I'm sitting on the back of a scooter going somewhere for like dinner or I'm going to an activity, I can't reasonably whip out a book, right? But I also don't want to just like sit there and twiddle my thumbs. So having my like earphones in, I can listen to my audiobook like that, right? Another time is like when I'm packing my backpack, right? Like this morning, I could have put some music on, but I was like, oh, I feel like listening to a bit of a story. So I listened to my audiobook. So like I'm not disobeying him completely because I am reading, actively reading, but there's times when an audiobook does like work really well for me. So I picked up another audiobook and I want to talk to you guys about this because I have thoughts and I have feelings and I don't know what to do with them. The book I'm reading is called Haunting Adeline, okay? And I'm going to put a really big caveat here. This is for adults only, this book. This is not for mature teenagers. This is not for teenagers. This is not for teenagers. This is for adults only. So if you're watching this video and you want to pick up this book, if you are not over 18, don't do it. That's what I'm telling you now. Don't do it. I am your parent in this scenario right now, and I'm telling you no. The answer is no. And that's not a no to make you want to do it even more. That's a no, no, no. Yeah? It's an adults only book. And that's what I need to talk to you guys about. So I read almost exclusively romance, right? I love romance. I love romantasy, which is romance cross fantasy, right? So think of like Akata, Throne of Glass, all of those kind of ones, yeah? Love them, yeah? This is my first dark romance, okay? Now, the reason why I picked this one is because it's probably the most popular, or one of the most popular, I would say top 3 popular dark romance books on TikTok, like in the stratosphere, right? Everyone who's anyone in BookTok or in the BookTok world, or who reads dark fantasy or dark romance or anything like that, knows of this book, right? It's one of the most famous. So it's like, obviously I'm going to start there for a reason. It's famous for a reason. I'm a good chunk of the way through it as well. It lasts like 11 or 14 hours on Audible, and I only have 3 hours left. Yeah. So I've listened to a good chunk of this book. So I feel, even though I haven't finished it, it's okay for me to have these opinions because I've consumed enough of it now. And like, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. Okay, if this is what you love, if this is what works for you, I am here for it. But I genuinely wasn't expecting it to be that full on straight away. And I don't know what I was expecting either. My best friend in the whole world, her favorite book is Butcher and Blackbird, which is a very, very dark romance, right? And she's told me heaps about it. And even though I knew the level of dark it was, going into this, I was still surprised. There were scenes where my jaw was on the floor and I had to put the audiobook down. Like, I had to stop listening to it because I was like, I don't know if I can keep going. This is really, really dark, okay? Now, when I say dark, I'm talking about, obviously it's a romance book, yeah? So we're in that realm of romance and everything that goes along with romance in an adult scenario. Are you with me? Yes, cool. You're with me. I'm all for a morally grey character, yeah? I'm all for an enemies to lovers trope. Like, give me all of that, yeah? What I wasn't prepared for was like the absolute abysmal amount of consent that was discussed. Or there was no discussion, actually. There was no consent, and not just once, repeatedly in so many sections of this book. Along with that, there was a darkness in the form of like gore. Like, they're talking about murdering people and they're being really, really specific in the definition of that murder. Like, it's dark in that sense as well. And I don't know why in my head, because in hindsight it doesn't make sense. But in my head, I thought the dark component only related to the romance. I didn't think it would also be the storyline and everything else. But obviously, like, it's a dark book, like that's what it is. Anyway, I just need to speak to someone. I just need to, no, that's not a full stop, that's a comma. I just need to speak to someone who's read these books, who, whether or not you're obsessed with them, that's fine. If this is your yum, I'm not here to yuck it. I just want a further explanation. I need a discussion. I need to talk this out, yeah? Because it has been quite a lot for me. And that's coming from someone who watches a lot of movies, yeah, of every genre. I read not a lot of books, but I've read like lots, yeah, more than the average person, yeah. And I watch a lot of TV shows. Like, I'm not a stranger to like horror or gore or guts and blood and all of that kind of stuff. I'm not a stranger to romance tropes that are maybe not of the norm and not like part of the social, acceptance and all of that kind of stuff. Like nothing was new to me in here, but the level of it, the intensity of it was new, and it really shook me. It really shook me. I'm not going to say I'm not enjoying it. I like some parts of it, but I am not squealing and kicking my feet and blushing and have butterflies like I normally would with a romance book. Like, this has been a lot. I will say it's been a lot. It's a new era for me, and it's been quite the introduction to it. So if you've read it, I need to speak to you about it. I need to chat to someone about this, yeah? So that's the first piece of content. Now, if you were lost in that conversation, be so prepared to throw your map out the window and be more confused than you've ever been in your life when it comes to this next conversation, because I don't even know where to start. I'm just as confused as you guys, and I don't know how we got here. I'm really not mad about it though, but I don't know how we got here. I need to tell you about this latest TV show that I've just started watching, and I mean at 11 p.m. last night, yeah? Just started watching. I'm only at the end of episode 2. So it is called, wait, let me just check. Okay. Oh, there's so much to go to this. It's called Blank Space, I think. Yeah, it's called Blank Space, okay? It is a Thai soap opera, as far as I can tell. I don't know if soap opera is the right way to describe it. It is like a TV series, obviously set in Thailand. I think they're in Bangkok. They only speak Thai. It's all Thai actors and actresses. So straight off the bat, that's a little abnormal for me. I love a international movie. I love a subtitle. So like dubbed movies or, you know, foreign movies and things like that, not abnormal for me, but it's not my go-to straight away. And especially when it comes to a TV series, like that's not my norm for me, right? But let me tell you the absolute rabbit hole that I fell into as to how I got to watching this TV show. So it's not even that bad of a rabbit hole, but let me take you on the ride that's been me and my social media algorithm for the last 72 hours. So I was doing some scrolling, as one does, yeah? At the end of a long day, they've laid down in bed and they just need to doom scroll for a hot minute. Here I am saying, I don't really spend that much time on social media. Well, what a lie that was, because this took me down a rabbit hole. And I'm gonna need you to pull every ounce of internet subculture and like understanding that you have to like follow along with this. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. You guys have to keep up, okay? I'm aware I do this for a job, but also I need you to just be on my level for a second. So picture this. It's been a big day. It's been a stressful day. I'm laying down and I'm scrolling on TikTok. Based on what you guys already know, even just from this video, based on what you guys know about me, gosh, I'm actually stressed for you. If this is your first video of me, I'm stressed for you trying to keep up with all of this. Just bear with us though, yeah? Actually, if this is your first video, I need you to comment it because that's just hilarious. Okay, long day in bed scrolling on TikTok, right? I love a romance story. I'm very, very queer. It's late at night. I'm just trying to relax. Of course, like some lesbian like thirst traps are going to come up on my FYP. Yeah, are we following? We all know what my algorithm's filled with, right? It's filled with Taylor Swift content, BookTok content, really hot tatted guys who ride motorbikes, and like thirst traps of lesbians. Yeah, there's no judgment here, okay? Because there's so much to this law, we need to just move past all of that. Yeah, this video pops up on my For You feed, and I'm not going to say anything about what I did with that video, right? Nothing bad, but obviously I stayed on it long enough that my algorithm was like, we piqued your interest there, did we, Grace? And so a few more videos kept popping up of this same person. Now it's an actress. Their name is Faye Pereira, right? And I had never seen them before. I'd never seen them. I didn't know who they were. I didn't recognize them, right? They were quite attractive, yeah? Okay. And so I was like, cool, I'm gonna spend a moment here just like observing and getting like, I'm actually blushing. This is wild. So a few of the videos pop up, right? And they're clearly like a celebrity, yeah? They're clearly like some sort of internet personality because they're at like PR events, they're getting their photos taken, they're looking all good, like they're glammed up, all of that kind of stuff, right? And then I start to see more and more videos of them, and I see them with this other person. This other person's name is Yoko. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I think it's Yoko, right? Another, I think Thai actress. I don't know if either of them are Thai actually. I mean, they're both in a Thai TV series and they both speak Thai. So I'm jumping to conclusions here, but maybe they're not. I'm not sure. Anyway, and it looks like these two women are somehow involved. It looks like they both act in a TV series or a movie. At this point, I didn't know any of this, right? A TV series or a movie together, and they're doing lots of press tours and they're looking very touchy-feely. There's clearly some chemistry going on there. The crowd is going wild. The crowd is obsessed with these two, right? And they keep teasing the crowd and doing all these little things. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm loving this. I'm loving this duo, yeah? And so I keep going and I keep going and keep going. And then I start to see all these videos about the two of them like being broken up, or there's something dramatic that's happened and now they can't be together, and they're attending all of these events but they're no longer attending them together, and they're being separated, and and there's like all of the crazy fans have all of these theories going in the comments, and I'm like, right, I need to pause and rewind, find out what the law is on these two in the first place, because I still don't even know who they are. I don't really know what their relationship is, but now I know somehow the relationship is broken up. I don't know how that's happened. So I was like, right. So I did a little Google, and that's where I found Blank Space, which is the TV series. Faye Pereira is the lead actress in this TV series, okay? But from what I can tell, already quite an established actress, businesswoman, media personality, like in the entertainment world, yeah? And then has come into this show and has brought their ongoing and current fandom into this show, right? And then in comes Yoko, who is the second lead, or like the lead opposite, right? So Faye is this like plays a 36-year-old, but I think she's actually my age. She's like 31. Well, I actually know that because I've stalked her intensely now. She's about to be 31 next month. Anyway, she plays a 36-year-old and Yoko plays a 20-year-old, okay? And Yoko has quite an infatuation with Faye. I don't know how they're supposed to have known each other. I don't know if there's like something I've missed in like the translation of the show or something like that, or if there's just like a storyline that I'm supposed to already know. I'm not sure. But all I know is that this Yoko 20-year-old who's actually technically still in school, which makes it a little bit icky for me if I'm honest, but she's 20 years old, has this mad obsessed crush on Faye, the 36-year-old. Faye's an artist. She's like absconded from her very wealthy family, like lives very humbly, all of this kind of stuff. Anyway, it's about literally just the two of them and like this little 20-year-old like annoying the crap out of Faye constantly, but like wearing her down over time, you know? And there's like these cute little moments where like Faye is being a little bit of like a protector for Yoko, and you can kind of see the dynamic develop. Faye is giving like the ultimate mask, like switch though, because like in a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the press stuff, she's dressed very mask, has a lot of mask energy. But then there's also ones where she's in like full ball gowns, full glam, and like is absolutely killing it. So like can do both, which is impressive. But in the series presents very mask and is giving that energy towards Yoko, who's very soft, gentle, young, immature and feminine, right? And it's just giving everything. But I will say it's a little hard to watch because I know soap operas in the way that I know like American and Australian and probably like British soap operas, right? They're dramatic, they're fast paced, they're a little bit outrageous, right? I know of like telenovelas, which are like Hispanic or Spanish or Mexican, I'm not sure, soap operas, and they're like supposed to be really dramatic. They're like overtly dramatic, right? I haven't watched a lot of like Asian TV. I've watched a little bit of like Korean like TV series and stuff like that, but I haven't watched a lot of it. But the way that this is set out, Faye is clearly a very good actress, right? Yoko is a good actress, but I think is actually like actively playing like terribly, if that makes sense. And I think that's the like shtick of the show. I think it's supposed to be this like really obviously like uncomfortably awkward, annoying little girl who's obsessed with this older woman, right? Anyway, that's as far as I've gotten into it, right? There, you can see her like wearing Faye down and you can see that they're gonna like fall in love. But back to the real lore, apparently these two actresses have actually fallen in love, right? Have actually been dating for a while. I don't know if it was before the TV series or since the TV series come out, but like there's 2 seasons, right? And I'm only on episode 2 of season 1, right? But they've been doing all of the press for like the 2 seasons. Like I'm just seeing all of these old clips pop up and they're like in love, right? They are in love and it is so cute. It makes me kick my feet, stomach drop out of my ass. Like it's really, really cute. Yeah, I'm so invested in them. But very, very recently, I think there has been this kind of drama with the production company that produces the TV show that they're on, right? Faye has left her contract with this production company and no longer works for them. Therefore, is no longer shooting this series anymore. Yoko is still under contract. And then, right? And then I was reading so many people's comments and I was like, and there were so many people's comments in different languages that I was like copying and pasting to translate because that's how I was invested, how deeply I was invested in trying to figure out what was going on, because everyone was like, I can't believe they did this. I can't believe they separated them. And I was like, what do you mean separated them? Because just because one has left the contract with the same production company, why would that mean that they would have to break up? I don't understand that. And I don't know if it's something in Yoko's contract with the production company, because everyone in the comments keeps going, just wait until Yoko's out of her contract. As soon as Yoko's out of her contract, they'll be back together again. And I'm like, what on earth could be in a contract with an entertainment industry like company that would force them to break up in real life just because one of them left the production company? Like it's so wild and crazy. Now, that's not even the half of it, right? Apparently, Faye, the original one that I like fell in love with, has been copping so much hate online and trolling and like tabloids and all of this kind of stuff because they're blaming Faye, the breakdown of this relationship, because apparently Faye chose to leave the contract knowing that would mean that they would have to break up. And like, there's just so much I don't understand about this situation, but I'm so invested, right? I'm so invested. I'm now currently watching the TV show. I've found it on like an illegal pirating website that's got English subtitles, and I'm like desperately like clinging to my phone watching it because I'm so obsessed. Anyway, that was such a rabbit hole. I just needed to tell you about the 2 pieces of content I've been consuming and my thoughts on all of them. If that wasn't too niche for just one of you out there and you have any information on this, if you know who Faye Pereira is, can you please like fill me in? Like tell me, what is the lore on her? I've never seen her before. She's incredibly famous though. I'm literally obsessed with her. Like I don't know if I want to be her or be with her. Like it's actually insane. She's stunning. Like I would actually say probably one of the most attractive women I've ever seen in my life. Like stunning, right? And I just have so many questions. And I know it's because there's like a language and a cultural barrier there. I understand that. And I'm doing my absolute best to educate myself by like reading the comments and like going down the rabbit holes and stuff and like reading the articles and all of this kind of stuff to like get the nuance of it all. But I'm so invested in this like celebrity couple and their relationship outside of the TV show, their relationship in the TV show, why the TV show has this like weird vibe to it about it being like, it's almost comical, but then Faye's like acting is brilliant in it. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. But then there's also this crazy storyline of like Faye breaking Yoko's heart. Oh my God, I didn't even tell you the craziest bit. Apparently I saw a clip, right, of Yoko at a press conference that was like put on by the production company where they sat her down in front of all of this press, microphones everywhere, constant cameras like flashing, everyone recording this. She's in tears, sobbing, and she's saying, yes, it was real. I had real feelings for Faye. It was all real. And then that's it. And I'm like, what the hell? The production company has sat her down and made her come out publicly saying that yes, it was real and yes, she had feelings for it. She's sobbing, right? Like it's the most wild like thing, and I just don't know where I am in it. There's so much I don't understand, but there's so much that's currently happening like right at the moment, and I'm so lost and I want to understand. So if anyone knows anything about the situation, knows the actresses, knows the situation, knows the TV series, I need to talk to you about it. But I fear that I've gone too far deep into the internet for anyone to understand this. Yeah, I just really needed to talk to you guys about that because it has been wild, actually wild to like consume content like this. Two really different pieces of content for me. That's not normal. I don't usually consume this kind of stuff, and certainly not two at the same time while also consuming this, which is just so lovely, by the way. When I compare it to the other two things I'm consuming right now, this is just like a sweet hug from a gentle cloud. Like this is normal and lovely and predictable and wonderful. If you want to know about it, I tell you all about it in Sunday's vlog. But yeah, absolutely wild. Oh, I'm so glad we had this chat, guys. I've literally been like on the internet for the last like 3 days, and this is what's been consuming, like this really intense dark romance book and this really wild, like just so confusing online situation with these two celebrities that I have no idea about. And I'm just really glad that we could talk about it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I hope you guys had a really good breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, cup of tea, whatever it was that you decided to have. I had a mediocre bento box, but like incredible crispy sushi rice. I think it has salmon or tuna on top. I don't know, but it was amazing. Honestly, all of this was incredible. I'm so glad to be back in Canggu. I cannot wait to see Blake and his wife tonight. I'm so excited for that. That is going to be included in Wednesday night's vlog, so stay tuned. Also, if this is, for whatever reason, the first time you're watching this, me or any of my content, I'm going to start with an apology. I apologize because this was a hectic video for you to just be introduced to me in. But if you, for some reason, enjoyed it and would like to stick around, we have quite the schedule going on YouTube, okay? On YouTube, on Sunday nights, you get your longest vlog of the week, okay? The biggest vlog. Everyone usually grabs a cup of tea, a cute blanket, a best friend, and they sit down and they enjoy it, right? On a Sunday. You also get one on a Wednesday as well, which is a fun little weekend vlog. I vlog my whole weekend and then you get to see it on a Wednesday. And then you get these vlogs as well. So they're usually sit downs, or there's like, you know, a 1 day activity or something like that where I vlog it and I put it all up onto a Friday one. So you've got Sunday night, Wednesday night, and Friday night here on YouTube. Now, if that's not enough for you, you also have 1 to 4 videos every single day on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook as well. Again, in case you're still not satiated, if that's still not enough, we are just in like the talks at the moment of setting a schedule for it, but I go live pretty regularly over on TikTok as well, which is really fun. We often play games. We usually do like 20 questions or red flag, green flag, or would you rather, lots of that kind of stuff. And it's really interactive and really fun. So you can see a hell of a lot of me at all times, essentially, over on any of the platforms that you want to watch. So if this is your first one, I beg you to please put it in the comments because that is hilarious, and allow me to apologize profusely to you, like through the comments, if this is your first one. But if you've, for some reason, happen to enjoy it, then welcome. I'm so glad you're here. There's so much more for you guys to enjoy and consume and get involved in. There's a whole lot of Grace lore that you probably need to catch up on as well. The rest of the gang can probably fill you in the comments. But yeah, welcome. And to all of my incredible angels, the ones I love, the ones who are here every single Friday, Sunday, Wednesday, in every single live. I love you. I hope this was a good little chit chat. Yeah. I really enjoyed this vlog. I love filming them because I love getting to talk to you in the comments about them. And if you liked it, let me know. Yeah. Because if you don't tell me what you like, then I don't know. I could have been doing these vlogs for years, right? If you had just told me years ago that you liked them. But I digress. If you liked it, let me know because I like you and I like filming these. Yeah. And I'll see you on Sunday.